Have you ever studied English for years, understood almost everything on YouTube, watched movies without subtitles, and then suddenly forgotten every single word when a real person talks to you? Last week, someone asked me a simple question in English. Not a difficult question, not a complicated question, just a simple everyday question, and I froze. I could feel people looking at me. I knew the answer, I knew the vocabulary, I had learned English for years. But in that moment, it felt like my brain had completely shut down. A few seconds later, I finally said something, and it wasn't even the sentence I wanted to say. Let's begin now.
Oh no, what happened?
A tourist asked me a very simple question in English, and my brain just froze, completely froze.
That's actually more common than you think.
Really? Because in that moment, I felt like I knew zero English.
Trust me, you're not alone.
So today, I want to figure out why this keeps happening.
Perfect. Let's talk about it.
Actually, speaking of embarrassing moments,
Uh-oh, this sounds good already.
I was at a coffee shop yesterday.
Okay,
A foreign customer was sitting next to me.
and?
He smiled and said, "Excuse me, is this seat taken?"
Easy question.
That's what I thought. But suddenly my heart started beating fast.
I know that feeling.
I understood every word, every single word,
But
but I couldn't answer.
what did you say?
I said, "No, this chair is free for sitting?"
That's actually understandable.
Then I panicked and added, "You can sit your body here."
Your body?
Don't laugh.
I'm sorry, I'm trying not to.
He looked confused for a second,
I can imagine.
then he sat down anyway.
Well, that's good.
But I felt so embarrassed.
A more natural answer would be, no, go ahead. Or, no, it's free.
Go ahead.
Exactly. Native speakers use that all the time.
See, that's the frustrating part.
What part?
If you asked me at home, I would know exactly what to say.
Right.
But in real life, my brain suddenly stops working.
That's because speaking in real life is very different from studying.
Sometimes I think my English disappears when people are watching me.
That's actually closer to the truth than you realize.
Wait, really?
Yes. Most people think they freeze because they don't know enough English.
Isn't that the reason?
Not always.
Then what's happening?
Usually, your brain is trying to do too many things at once.
Like what?
You're listening, translating, checking grammar, choosing vocabulary, worrying about mistakes, and trying not to look nervous.
Wow.
That's a lot of work.
No wonder my brain quits.
Exactly.
Actually, something similar happened at work last month.
Tell me.
We had an online meeting with a client from Canada.
Okay.
Before the meeting, I felt confident.
Dangerous words.
Very dangerous.
What happened?
I practiced my introduction 10 times.
Sounds prepared.
I was ready.
Then the meeting started.
The client smiled and said, "How's your day going?"
Another easy question.
Exactly.
What did you answer?
I wanted to say, "It's going well."
That's natural.
But instead I said, "My day is surviving."
Surviving?
Yes.
That's actually kind of funny.
Everyone laughed.
Hopefully in a good way.
Luckily, yes.
Then what happened?
I got nervous because they laughed.
Understandable.
Then I started making more mistakes.
That's another common problem.
Why?
Because once you become aware of your mistakes, you start monitoring every word.
That's exactly what I do.
You stop having a conversation and start taking an exam.
Wow.
And conversations aren't exams.
That sentence hit me hard.
Most English learners don't fail because of English.
Then why?
They fail because they're afraid of making mistakes.
That's definitely me.
Let me ask you something.
Okay.
When you speak your native language, do you always use perfect grammar?
Of course not.
Do you stop talking every time you make a mistake?
No,
Then why expect perfection in English?
because people might judge me.
Maybe.
See?
But most people are actually focused on understanding you.
You think so?
Absolutely. Let me tell you a story.
Go ahead.
A friend of mine moved to another country.
Okay.
His English wasn't very strong.
Sounds familiar.
One day, he wanted to tell a coworker he was excited.
Simple enough.
Instead, he accidentally said, "I'm very explosive today."
No way.
Yes.
What happened?
Everyone looked concerned.
I would be concerned too.
Then he realized his mistake and laughed.
That's hilarious.
You know what happened next?
What?
Nobody cared about the mistake.
Really?
They remembered his confidence and his sense of humor.
I wish I could react like that.
You can.
I'm not sure.
Let's test something.
Okay.
Imagine you're ordering coffee.
Easy.
A barista asks, "What can I get for you today?"
I'd say, I want 1 coffee,
That's understandable.
but not natural.
A little direct.
What sounds better?
Can I get a latte? Or, I'd like a latte, please.
I'd like a latte, please.
Perfect.
That sounds much smoother.
Exactly.
But here's my problem.
What's that?
I know these phrases when I hear them.
Right.
I just can't remember them when I need them.
That's because recognition and production are different skills.
Meaning?
Understanding English is one thing.
Okay.
Producing English in real time is another thing entirely.
So my brain isn't broken?
Not at all.
That's good to hear.
Think of it like sports.
Okay.
Watching basketball doesn't automatically make you a great player.
Fair point.
You have to practice playing.
So listening alone isn't enough?
Exactly.
Ouch.
I know.
You've just described my entire study routine.
Let me guess.
Go ahead.
You watch videos,
Yes.
listen to podcasts,
Yes.
learn vocabulary,
Yes.
but rarely speak out loud.
Yes.
I thought so.
I feel personally attacked.
I'm trying to help.
Fair enough.
And here's another reason people freeze.
There's more?
Definitely.
Tell me.
Most learners try to create perfect sentences before they start speaking.
Wait.
Sound familiar?
Very familiar.
Native speakers don't do that.
They don't?
Not usually.
Then how do they speak so fast?
They start talking before the sentence is completely finished in their heads.
That sounds risky.
Sometimes it is.
So they make mistakes too?
All the time.
That's surprisingly comforting.
It's true. Native speakers hesitate, restart sentences, forget words, and change their minds in the middle of speaking.
Really?
Absolutely. Listen carefully to real conversations, and you'll hear it everywhere.
That's funny because I always imagine native speakers talking perfectly.
That's because you're comparing your real life to their best moments online.
Ouch. That's another painful truth.
Sorry.
No, you're right.
Let me ask you another question.
Sure.
Have you ever had a conversation in English that started badly but ended well?
Actually, yes.
Tell me about it.
Last year I was traveling.
Nice.
I was staying at a small hotel.
Okay.
I needed extra towels.
Very important.
Extremely important.
So what happened?
I called the front desk.
And?
I wanted to say, could you bring me some extra towels?
Good sentence.
But I forgot the word towel.
Classic.
My mind went completely blank.
What did you do?
I said, "Can you bring me the thing for drying after water?"
That's amazing.
It was terrible.
No, it wasn't.
Really?
What did the receptionist say?
She said, "You mean towels?"
See?
Yeah,
Communication succeeded.
I never thought about it that way.
Most learners focus on the missing word.
That's exactly what I do.
Native speakers focus on whether the message was understood.
That's a huge difference.
It changes everything.
You know what's weird?
What?
Sometimes I freeze before I even start speaking.
Before saying a single word?
Yes,
What goes through your mind?
things like,
Go on.
what if my grammar is wrong?
Mm-hmm.
What if my pronunciation sounds strange?
Very common.
What if they don't understand me?
Yep,
What if I embarrass myself?
that's the big one.
Exactly.
Exactly. Do you know what's interesting?
What?
Those thoughts usually happen before the conversation even starts.
You're right.
So the real problem isn't English.
Then what is it?
Fear.
Oof,
Fear of judgment.
that sounds accurate.
Fear of mistakes.
Definitely.
Fear of not sounding smart.
Okay, now you're reading my mind,
And fear creates pressure.
which makes me freeze.
Exactly.
So, how do I stop?
Let me tell you something that helped me learn another language.
I'm listening.
For 1 month, I gave myself permission to sound stupid.
On purpose?
On purpose.
That sounds terrifying.
It was.
Then why do it?
Because I realized perfection was slowing me down.
Interesting.
Every time I wanted to say something, I said it,
Even if it was wrong?
especially if it was wrong.
Wow.
And something surprising happened.
What?
My confidence improved much faster.
Not your grammar?
Both.
Really?
Because I was finally practicing communication instead of practicing silence.
Practicing silence.
That's what many learners accidentally do.
That's such a powerful phrase.
Think about it.
You're right.
If you stay silent because you're waiting for perfect English.
Then I never actually practice speaking.
Exactly.
Wow.
Let me give you a challenge.
Okay.
Imagine a stranger asks, "How long have you been learning English?"
Easy.
Answer quickly.
I've been learning English for,
See?
what?
You paused.
Oh,
You started searching for the perfect answer.
I did.
Try again.
I've been learning English for about 5 years.
Nice.
That felt easier.
Because you didn't overthink it.
True.
Speed often beats perfection in conversations.
That's the opposite of what I usually do.
Most learners focus on accuracy first.
And that's wrong?
Not wrong, just incomplete.
Explain.
Real conversations move fast.
They do?
If you're still building the perfect sentence while the other person is already talking,
I'm gonna get lost.
exactly.
That happens all the time.
Here's another funny example.
I like funny examples.
A friend of mine once wanted to compliment someone's cooking.
Okay,
He meant to say, "This tastes amazing."
sounds good.
Instead, he said, "This tastes dangerous."
Dangerous?
Dangerous.
That's incredible.
Everyone laughed.
I would too.
Then he laughed.
And?
The conversation continued.
That's it?
That's it?
Nobody judged him?
Not at all.
That's so different from the stories in my head.
Exactly.
In my head, one mistake ruins everything.
In real life, most people forget your mistake
within seconds.
That's encouraging.
Good.
Can I confess something?
Of course.
Sometimes I rehearse conversations before they happen.
That's normal.
Not for 5 minutes.
Okay.
Sometimes for 30 minutes.
30 minutes?
Sometimes longer.
That's commitment.
Then the real conversation goes completely differently.
Every time.
Every single time.
Because conversations aren't scripts.
Ironically, we're in a script right now.
Good point.
But real life is unpredictable,
Exactly.
which makes it scary.
And exciting.
Mostly scary.
Fair enough.
So, if someone watching this freezes when speaking English,
Yes.
what's the first thing they should remember?
That freezing doesn't mean you don't know English.
I like that.
It often means your brain is overloaded.
That's an important difference.
Very important.
What's the second thing?
Communication is more important than perfection.
Definitely.
If people understand you, you're succeeding,
Even with mistakes?
especially with mistakes.
Nice.
And the third thing?
I was about to ask.
Confidence grows after speaking, not before speaking.
Wait,
What?
say that again?
Confidence grows after speaking, not before speaking.
Wow.
Most people wait to feel confident first,
That's me.
but confidence comes from action.
That makes so much sense.
Good.
You know what?
What?
I already feel a little less afraid.
That's great to hear.
Maybe next time I won't panic.
Maybe you'll still panic a little.
Thanks for the confidence boost.
I'm being realistic.
Fair.
But maybe you'll keep talking anyway.
And that's the real goal.
Exactly. Before we go, let's quickly remember 3 expressions from today's conversation.
Good idea.
First, go ahead.
A friendly way to tell someone it's okay to continue or take a seat.
Second, my mind went blank,
Perfect for those moments when you suddenly forget everything,
which happens a lot.
more than people admit.
Third, I'd like.
A natural and polite way to ask for something.
I love that one.
Me too. Well, that's all for today.
We hope this conversation helped you feel a little more confident.
And remember, making mistakes is part of speaking.
Not the opposite of progress.
Tell us in the comments, have you ever frozen while speaking English in real life?
And what happened?
We'd love to hear your story.
Thanks for listening.
See you in the next conversation.
Take care and keep speaking English.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.